Hi, I'm Richard Harris, and in this video I'm going to show you how to make a delicious Christmas chestnut, apple and pistachio stuffing. For me, Christmas really isn't complete without a great stuffing. It goes perfectly with turkey with your Christmas meal, but it's also brilliant the next day cold in a sandwich. So to start off with, I'm going to melt some butter in a pan and fry some onion. We want to make sure our onion is nice and finely chopped, just so we don't end up with any big chunks in our stuffing. So we're going to add the onion to the pan and cook it down for about 5 or 6 minutes, just until it's really nice and soft. We want to soften the onions but without colouring them, so a great way to ensure that happens is just to add a pinch of salt at the start of cooking. While the onions are softening, we're just going to combine the rest of the ingredients for our stuffing. So we've got 100 grams of pistachio nuts, just roughly chopped, and these are going to add a really nice crunch and texture to our stuffing. And then we've got 200 grams of cooked chestnuts. These add a really lovely, creamy, rich, nutty flavour to our stuffing. And now for the sausage meat. Try to use the best possible sausage meat you can. Ask your butcher for their homemade lovely sausage meat. If you can't find really great sausage meat, then buy some great bangers, split them open and use the meat inside. And then we're going to add some breadcrumbs. Now we're going to add a couple of apples to the dish. So next we're going to add a bit of nutmeg. This is going to give a really nice fragrant flavour to the stuffing and works beautifully with turkey or other roast meats. So now our onions are lovely and soft, we're going to add those straight into the bowl. And finally we're just going to season it with plenty of salt and pepper. So now we just need to mix this together thoroughly to make sure everything's evenly distributed throughout the stuffing. At this stage you could use some of it to stuff the turkey. If you're going to do that, loosen the skin around the breast meat and stuff it in between the skin and the meat. It'll keep the meat nice and moist and the stuffing will cook really well. So using the back of a metal spoon, just press the mixture into the tin and smooth it over nice and evenly, because we're going to glaze the top later with a really lovely apricot glaze. The top of our stuffing is nice and smooth, so that's all ready for our glaze later on. So we're going to pop it in the oven at 180 degrees for around about 30 minutes until it's nice and firm. So our stuffing's been in for about 30 minutes now, and we're just going to take it out and put a little glaze on top. And what I've got in this pan is just some apricot jam, just warm through to loosen it down. And we're going to paint that over the top with a pastry brush. So now our glaze is on, that's just going to go back in the oven for about another 10 to 15 minutes, just to make that top go really nice and sticky. So that's been in the oven for about 15 minutes now. The glaze is beautiful and sticky and shiny on top. It's going to leave it for about 10 to 15 minutes just to cool slightly, and then we'll turn it out and cut it into slices. And that's how to make my beautiful chestnut, apple and pistachio stuffing.